lovely besties, it's Anna and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Anna and I like to write and make writing content. So I'm guessing you want to plot your book really quickly for some reason. Maybe it's because you hate plotting like me, or maybe you're on a deadline, or maybe you just want to find the easiest and quickest way to plot. Well, this video is for you. But before we get on to the video, I really hope you subscribe to my channel because it does help so much, and let's go ahead and get on to the video. Okay, so the easiest and fastest way to plot your book is to actually use the method I use, which is through tables. I'll show on the screen what I'm doing. So basically what you're going to be doing is creating a new table in your new document. Make sure you also title your document something, and you're going to be labeling one side chapter and the other side about, and this way you can create little sort of bullet points within the about column, so you can easily create a chapter plan. I know there's different ways to plot your book, and you can maybe use, you know, that huge sort of timeline sort of thing, or go more in depth and kind of do scene chapters and stuff like that. But I think the most efficient but also in-depth and detailed version of a plot and how to actually kind of develop that more efficiently for you to actually know what you're writing, but also not going into too much detail that it's like you're writing your zero draft. So this is the template that I use to plot all of my novels. It's amazing, and it's something that honestly works so much for me. It's not too complicated. It's just a simple table with 2 columns, and it's really easy to keep track of and to look at. It doesn't make you feel overwhelmed at all, because of course plotting can be overwhelming. So anyways, what you're going to be doing in the chapter column is to write, of course, chapter 1, chapter 2, and make different sort of sections and rows for your chapters. And then you move on to the second column, which is your dot points. And as I said before, you're going to be using dot points to actually plot your book. I really encourage you guys to aim for 5 to 10 sort of action pieces, which you can kind of use for those dot points, and create dot points in 1 or 2 sentences or less that kind of describes what the scene is about and what the kind of action is in the scene. So you don't have to go too in depth with like what is going on, what the setting is, what the characters are saying, what they look like, what they're wearing. Like, just focus on plot. Just focus on story. That's probably like the biggest thing I want you to take away from this video. In order to plot an efficient and quick sort of overall progression and timeline of your plot is to just focus on the action, not so much on the fluffy details. And by doing this, again, you can plot very quickly and very easily. This again helps you not get overwhelmed with what you're writing, and also allows you to have more fun with actually writing and, you know, being able to make decisions on those fluffy details in the future, because that's honestly the fun part, and instead doing the hard work now, really thinking hard about what each little dot point is going to be. And again, for each little chapter, try to aim for 5 to 10, no more or no less. The next thing that you may be asking is, yeah, I get the template. The template's great, Anna. Like, I love it. It's very simple. It's very fun. But how do I actually plot? Like, I know like how to do it, but like, how do you do it? And I guess you're asking basically, how do you create a story, which is basically what plotting is. Plotting is the bare bones of a story, and you're trying to figure out, what do I put in those dot points? That's a great question. There is one tip that I have that has changed my whole life. I am not kidding. I actually said it in this video, which actually kind of blew up. It got over 100k views just recently, and I'm like so excited. But the tip that I kind of went over there is, yeah, just like my #1 plotting writing tip in general, and that is to focus on settings to create scenes. I'll say it again. Focus on settings to create scene. Okay, so let's go back to that document you're creating and that we were creating, and you're going to be going to the top of your chapter plan table, and you're going to be writing random places in your book that the characters can visit and explore. So for example, if your book was set in a school, or for like a high schoolers in like a dark academia sort of vibed story, maybe you can list like a forgotten library or an underground labyrinth. or the old school churchyard, or maybe a lonely staircase, or like a mysterious staircase. Like, just really let your imagination run wild. And it's very simple because you're just focusing on setting. You're just kind of thinking of places your characters can visit within your world, within your story. If you do need inspiration, I literally just encourage you to write whatever sort of inspiration you need on Pinterest. So in this case, I would just write Dark Academia inspiration, enter, and it will be there on Pinterest. And you'll find amazing pictures that can just really tick off and inspire you so quickly and easily that you basically don't even need to think. Like, I am not kidding, you don't need to think at all in this exercise. And basically the principle of my little rule is that now that you have all these settings, all these places your characters can visit, all you have to do is to think about what the characters can do in that setting and how you can string them together to create a story. My whole logic behind this, and I guess I should have explained it before, but my whole logic behind, focusing on the setting is because your characters need to be somewhere. They need to be somewhere. They need to actually be in a place that they can look at and react to and act in, right? So start there. Maybe your characters start in the churchyard of that Darkademia sort of university, school, whatever, and then like ideas come to you. Like, I just thought that maybe a group of students just see a ghost singing at the altar, and it's a young girl and they don't know who she is, but she's singing about them. Like, that literally just came from the top of my head. Do you see how this like just easily and efficiently flows? And I can even show you again, maybe the bell rings, and my second setting that I've chosen for my list is a classroom, and maybe the bell rings and I have to go to the classroom, but they always are looking behind themselves thinking that they are the only ones who saw this ghost girl. So in their class they get in trouble because they're not focusing and they're just chatting to each other, and then maybe they're sent to the principal's headquarters or principal's office. Do you see how the setting of a churchyard, of a classroom, of the principal's office strings together all these different scenes and therefore the story, or at least the start of a story, which kind of seems interesting, not gonna lie. So that's basically how I plot, and something that's helped me so much. So I really hope that that tip and also this template that I've shared with you in this video helps. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really do understand all those writers who do struggle with plotting and who just want the easy route out, and I can tell you, and you probably saw throughout this video, that it actually is a lot easier than you think, and you're kind of just overcomplicating things and making your life really hard. So again, the template that I showed you is basically how to efficiently write a easy to follow plot, and my rule of thinking about settings is basically the easy part of writing a plot. So yes, these two methods are efficient and also easy. So put that together, an easy and efficient way to plot. There we go. I'm so excited. I hope this helped you, and I hope you're able to write your amazing story. But anyways, please subscribe to my channel if you do enjoy these tips and these sorts of tutorial based videos where I just show you practical ways to write your book and sort of like easy ways to think and dumb things down for yourself. That doesn't mean you're dumb. No, it just kind of realizes and helps you realize that, you know, writing stories they can be inspired by like literally a photo or a scene or a setting, and you can just string them together. And though sometimes it's hard, it's definitely not as hard as you think. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! I wish I knew